praise to Allah. Why does Jay-Z get a pass? And I'm not talking about the allegations that he just went through and got the case dismissed. I'm talking about other situations that artists talk about him stealing songs or stealing lyrics or not doing right by them with their contracts. Like Oskino from State Property, who was signed to him, has had a few things to say about Jay, stealing stuff. Of course, the whole Dame Dash situation. But, a lot of people over the years have been saying Jay-Z is real sneaky. He does things behind your back, but the industry always acts like they don't hear the stories or they don't acknowledge the stories. They act like they don't see it. And I feel like he's the only artist that gets that treatment, like that. No matter what somebody says about Jay-Z, the industry will, act like it's just a lie, or they'll act like they don't hear it or see it. Even with his music, like he's not even that great of a musical artist, in my opinion. I feel like he's got some great hit records that he's done, but anytime he drops an album, even if the album is not that great, they'll still act like it's one of the best albums to ever come out. And that's crazy because he's not even in my top 5, and if you're in New York, I understand if you have him in your top 5, because a lot of people that are from New York are going to have him in the top 5. But if you're outside of New York, I really don't see how you got Jay-Z in your top 5 when there's so many other artists that are better than him. But hey, like I said, everybody's got their own opinion, but I know in New York, of course, he's going to be in the top 5, but he's not in my top 5. Even with the J. Cole situation, it's like, okay, how do you have J. Cole signed to you, who's one of the best lyricists of all time, especially in his younger days, when he came in real hungry? I don't see how you guys only got 1 or 2 songs together. That's just crazy, man. Like, Jay-Z and J. Cole should have way more songs than that together. At least 1 EP together, if anything. At least 1 EP. Like, I could see if y'all did at least 1 EP, and y'all didn't really want to work together like that for whatever reasons. But the fact that y'all don't even have an EP, like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. But Jay-Z and Jay Electronica got a whole album together. Like, it's crazy, bro. So yeah, man, like, you gotta look at the J. Cole situation too. Like, that's crazy. It's been a lot of things, even with the Beanie Siegel situation. A lot of people are saying he didn't do right by Beans. But like I said, the industry, they act like he can do no wrong, and maybe it's because he was the president of Def Jam and he's got all those connections, so a lot of people are afraid of him or afraid to speak out against him because his connections. Maybe that's it, I don't know. But y'all let me know in the comments, why does Jay-Z get a pass? And like I said, even with the music, like, he could drop a bad album and they'll still act like it's one of the best things to ever come out. And if you're talking about classic albums, I feel like Jay-Z only has like 3 or 4. And with the 3 or 4, I might be being generous because of course you got Reasonable Doubt, you got Blueprint, you got some people will say Hard Knock Volume 1 or Volume 2. And then the Black Album, and if you want to say the La Familia album, cool. I have no problems with that. If you want to name those as classics, cool. Besides those, yeah, I really can't consider any other of his albums a classic. But I could be wrong. Y'all let me know in the comments as well. Like, y'all feel like he got more classics than I named. If y'all do, then name them in the comments. But yeah, that's just my opinion. But yeah, hope everybody stay blessed.